this is what we've got to stop. And this is why we've come together and we're going to stop it. So I am asking you, all of you guys, and obviously all the membership, come together with us, because we promise you that we'll fix this, and we promise you that we'll get our party back. And again, come the next general election, we will nail it and we will win back the support. We'll get back to the levels of 2015 when we did so well, but we'll get better. And that's what we'll get with UKIP United. So thank you very much.
Marion, would you like to come on?
I thought it was going to be David, he's stuck next to me.
I just thought I'd put a rose between two thorns.
No, there's two roses between two thorns.
This is Marion Mason, and she's going to give you a quick CV and why she wanted to join our team.
It's a pre-prepared statement, because most people know who I am, I hope. I've been a member of UKIP for 10 years. Obviously, recently leadership candidate, a long-term UKIP member, patron, and I'm also a member of the NEC. I made the decision to withdraw my candidacy in support of Jane over the last couple of weeks, because it became obvious that we had the same views, values, and vision for UKIP, which is party united, reforming and strong. We are continuing a battle, as it is at the moment, for a good Brexit, as voted for by the people of the United Kingdom, on time and with no additional payment to the unaccountable Brussels machine. We would not have had a referendum if it had not been for UKIP, and we want our country back. That is basically where we are. Those UKIP supporters who have supported me, I hope you will now give your vote to Jane. And with the other two leadership candidates, Thorne sitting there, David Corbyn and Ben Walker, who have also decided to withdraw in support of Jane, will ensure our libertarian democratic party goes from strength to strength and shoulder to shoulder with all our members. Thank you very much.
The next gentleman needs a lot of introduction. He usually makes himself very well known, and it's our Scottish MEP, David Corbyn.
Well, it's nice to see you all. Thanks for coming. I decided to step aside for Jane. Far too many people in the ballot. It's ridiculous. I should have thought it would be much better done as proportional representation. And then halfway through they came along and said, oh, we're thinking of changing the way it's done. And I said, well, if you do that, you're going to open the party to legal action, which is utterly ridiculous. We don't need that sort of a problem. So we need this, the ballot papers at the moment has got too many people on it. It leads to uncertain outcome, and at the same time that we have certain people in the party who have a fetish about one thing or another, or be in the bothered about religion or either Christian or Islamic. And quite frankly, we don't need that. We're a libertarian party. That's what we're about. We don't want to know about. We want to open a window into men's souls, or women's souls, or anybody else's souls. It's just something we don't want to do. I'm in politics to do something, not to be somebody. And I want to make sure the party does well. We need to sort out the mess that's been made by people in the last couple of years. And that has to stop. We have to make sure we're an election-winning team, Jane has said. We need to make sure that we can get the leaflets on the mats before the postal votes. And we haven't been able to do that, which means we cannot win elections. In Scotland this time, I absolutely refuse to have any interference from the main party. We got the ballot, we got the papers on the mats before the postal votes came through. And that was the first time we'd done it on our own. So if we can do it, why can't the main party? So I don't want to see more of this confusion. There was a bit of English nationalism, which I found distasteful. We are a British party. We are a United Kingdom party. The hint is in the name. UK Independence Party. We are not going to blame Scottish people for mistakes the Scottish nationalists have made. And some people have done that, and that has not been good, and has not helped our chances in Scotland of getting elected. 4 years from now, we have the next election in this country, probably, and this is, unless Mrs. May has yet another one, but I doubt that. 4 years hence, the next election will be proportional representation, and it will be in Scotland. The entire Scottish political scene has changed wildly. The Scottish nationalists are starting to fall apart. The Conservative Party has started to make gains, but they can only go so far. There's parts of Scotland that they will never reach, like certain bits. And also the Labour Party, I'm afraid, they're still having their political manifesto written in Pyongyang, so therefore they are quite out of the question. People are not interested in what they're going through at the moment. So, and they're now also under Mr. Starmer wanting to go back on their promises on Brexit. So they're becoming irrelevant. UKIP have the opportunity to get the part of the society that the Conservatives can't reach, and we can get there. Old Labour, patriotic Labour, white van man and woman, people with small businesses who want to be able to do better for their families and themselves. Those are UKIP people. They're the ones that are not looked after by anybody. The Conservatives, they look after big international businesses. They're not interested in the little guy. The Labour Party, they're the party of the trade union plutocrat with his fat salaries, fat pension, and also town hall plutocrats with their fat pensions. They are not the party of the working man and woman. Well, that's our job, and we've got to get that message through. And because of the bungling in the last couple of years, the messaging has got mixed, the messaging has got lost. We're in a very bad position. But we need to first sort out the party. Now, Ben is a man who's ex-Navy, knows what he's doing, organised, to the point. Jane, a Yorkshire gal, who knows, like I do, that there is life beyond the M25. And that is a good mixture of people who can actually do this. Marion is in nursing, she knows about the health service. We need people who know about that, because that is a selling point we cannot do without. But this country, the health service is a sine qua non. We have got to make sure that we concentrate on that and make sure we can deliver. People want good economics, but they also want a good health service. We have to balance the two in a proper way that the present government and the Labour Party are not doing. They're just playing with things. We want to actually fix things. And I think that that makes a difference between us and them. I would say that we need to concentrate on Brexit to begin with. That is important. We are doing that. And people say, what is the purpose of UKIP? Well, I can tell you, as immediately this is over, I won't be hanging around too long. I'm off to Brussels. We have an the Economic Committee meeting today. The Conservatives agreed with their buddies in Europe not to stop a thing going through the Econ Committee to say that when the banking oversight committee they want to move them back to Europe, or back to the European continent after Brexit. There is no reason why they can't stay here. There is no reason why they can't stay here. And that's going to cost millions. But if they do that, if they allow that to go through, the next one we're going to have is all the other administrative things, like the medical oversight people who have just taken a very swanky office in, of all places, Belgravia. Why you take one in Belgravia, I can't possibly imagine, but they have. And to move all that lot out is going to cost billions. B with a B, not millions. Billions with a B. That's a lot of money. Now, I'm going to this committee today to make sure that they know UKIP have rumbled them, and we're watching. Now, at the weekend, the last week, they said, we've got a problem with this, we're withdrawing this at the moment, whether the groups have got a problem. We don't know it was the Conservatives, but we have a sneaky suspicion that it was. So I'm going to go there, and I'm going to sit behind Ashley Fox and make sure they vote the right way. And that is the purpose of UKIP. If we don't have UKIP MEPs in that parliament, I tell you right now, they will pull the rug from under our feet, we'll end up with a rotten deal. We can't afford a rotten deal. So I'm so happy that Jane's doing this. As I said, I want to concentrate on Scotland. That is a good chunk of the United Kingdom. It's a kingdom of the United Kingdom, and we need to concentrate there. We have not given that enough attention. I have done my best, but the trouble is I have to fight a war on two fronts. So I want to make sure the party is seen more British. That's what we're about. That's what I intend to make it. And I'm going to do everything I can to back this lady and the rest of the team, because that's what's been lacking. Team spirit. There's too many people who are too interested in their own private affairs or their own personal ambition. That nonsense stops with our team. We're only interested in helping the party. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to sum up a little bit, because I had a very unusual evening, which I'll go into shortly. But Nigel Farage, we have to admit, is still probably one of the best politicians of his era. And it will be very hard to emulate him, and I wouldn't even try. But he was also a party leader, and a good party leader. But he could be equal as a party leader. Now, I was giving my speech at one hustings, and I went home and I was just having a quick gin and tonic, just settling down, well, just the one. And I got a phone call, and this gentleman said to me, "Jane." I said, "Oh, hello." He said, "I was at the hustings, I hope you don't mind me ringing. I got your number off your business card." So I said, "Oh, no, not a problem." And I thought he was going to ring up and say to me, "You've got my vote." But he didn't. He said, "Now, I hope you don't mind taking advice." So I said, "No, I'm open to any advice, or constructive criticism, whatever you think you need to tell me, please feel free." And he said, "Well, I really liked everything you said." He said it was very factual, it was very correct. He said, "But you know, some of the panel put on this performance, and they were very charismatic, and they were, illuminated, if you like, with what they were saying and doing." And I said, oh, okay. And he said, "No, maybe their content wasn't as good, but they were more passionate." Okay. We had a bit of a discussion, and I put the phone down, and I thought, well, thank you very much, but anyway, there you go. But I thought about what he said, and I can't put a performance on. I can't go on a stage and do a tap dance and tell you exactly what you want to hear to vote for me and the team. I am from Yorkshire, as David mentioned, and you can have a laugh with me, but don't take the mickey too far. But, well, you might as well, aren't you, Marion? That's why we get on so well. And, but I'm straight talking. What you see is what you get. I am dedicated and I am determined, as I know the rest of the team are too. We are dedicated and determined that there will not be a bogus Brexit. We are dedicated and determined that after Brexit, which we will get, UKIP will survive and prosper. And I am dedicated and I am determined that UKIP will be a grassroots party, and it will go back being the people's army that it used to be. And I am dedicated and determined that we are going to win. I want my country back, and I want my party back. Thank you very much.